Hi everyone, it's Sintang Mayumi. I'm back with another card. Today I made a full card using new release from Concord 9th Autumn Harvest stamp set. When I saw this stamp set, I know I have to have it. I love the size and shape of this pumpkin and also the leaves and acorn. I made two cards today, and for the first card, I will be embossing the leaves and acorn on my watercolor panel. I'm using Versamark ink and I will emboss this panel with Ranger Gold embossing powder. The stamping took a little time because I have to stamp and pour the embossing powder on top of the images right away because I can't see the images on the panel, so I did that back and forth stamping and pouring the embossing powder on top of the images. And then I will do this until the whole panel is covered with the stamp images. I did prep my panel before stamping to eliminate the static and unwanted powder on my panel. And then I will melt all that powder with my heat tool. I colored the panel with my Daniel Smith watercolor paints and just picked some fall colors from my palette. For the second panel, I'm going to make a background using the pumpkin and the smaller leaf from the stamp set. I used VersaFine Onyx Black ink and I thought of embossing this with clear embossing powder, but I guess I forgot to do it. But that's okay, I still like how the background turned out. I also colored my background with my Daniel Smith watercolor paints. I think I used organic vermilion and pyrrole orange on the pumpkin, transparent brown oxide for the stem, and undersea green for the leaves. For the sentiments, I used Knit and Tangled Into the Woods stamp set, and I just used For You sentiment from that stamp set and use the other sentiments from the Autumn Harvest stamp set, ink them up with Versamark ink and emboss them with Wow Opaque embossing powder. And again, melt the powder with my heat tool. I'm going to cut my sentiments using my paper trimmer and I'm just eyeballing it here, but I want a straight sentiment. You can also use your scissor to cut out your sentiments, but I don't always have luck with the scissor. That's why I use my paper trimmer. And then I'm going to cut my panels a little bit smaller than my card base. And my card base is 110-pound craft cardstock from Joanne Fabrics. My A2 size card base measures 4.5 by 5.5 inches. And then I'm going to adhere down my panels on my card base using liquid adhesive. I was very generous with my adhesive here because I use watercolor paper and I want to make sure it is well adhered flat on my card base. I should have thought of this splattering business before I adhere my panels, but I don't mind the splatters on the card base. I use my Gansai Tambi Starry color set and I just use the gold color. I activated the paint with a little bit of water, and once it's activated, I splatter the paints on the cards using my new Da Vinci paintbrush that my crafty friend Cheryl sent me. After the splattering is done, I adhered my sentiments and pumpkin on the cards using foam tape. I added some shimmer on the pumpkin with Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. I was going to add shimmer on the pumpkins on the other card, but they already have gold splatters, so I just leave it like that. For the inside of the cards, I stamped the pumpkin again using Memento Tangelo ink, and I have a few of these inks and I have them for a long time now, but they are still juicy, so I really like these inks. And my cards are finished. I love to create a background from stamp images and I really like this stamp set. I hope you like today's cards and I hope you get inspired. As always, thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you like today's cards and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.